Hi everybody and welcome to the third video in the series of Crafty Advent. This week I am painting some baubles and here you can see my designs. Now I originally had 6 baubles and 6 designs, but unfortunately one of them went a bit wrong and I'll tell you about that a bit later maybe. So I ended up with 5 usable baubles in the end, which I'm going to show you here. And the first one we are starting off with is a snowman. Now I decided that it would probably be best to paint the insides of these to protect them from getting scratched too much. So I had some acrylic paint which I just poured in the middle and I swirled it around so that it covered everything, and I kept then tipping out the excess and then I just left them to dry. Once they had dried, I then took some proper glass paints to paint on the outside, and I had the colours you saw at the beginning, so the primaries and then pink and a green and stuff. So I just mixed together to make this orange for the carrot nose, and unfortunately I didn't have a black, but I thought the navy blue was quite a nice touch instead of a black, so I just used the navy blue instead wherever I really needed the black. And this was really simple to do, to be honest. It literally took about 5 minutes to do each one of these. So there was the snowman. After that I decided to do a reindeer. Here I am again filling up the bauble with the brown paint now on the inside, and then just tipping it back, the excess, into the pot so I didn't waste it. And then this was just perfect really. The red just daubed on and made the perfect domed circle for the nose, and I almost put my finger in it later, or my hand in it later, but I managed to save it. So again, just using the navy blue paint to add on some eyes and a little mouth, and I didn't film it, but I then added a couple of eyebrows later on as well, just to make him look a bit more cheeky, because I thought he was a nice cheeky Rudolph. And then to make this one look a bit more like a reindeer, I took a pipe cleaner and I just wrapped it around the top of the bauble. It was a bit fiddly at first. You can see me fighting with it to get it to stay in place. But yeah, just bent it into the shape of antlers and twisted them around so that they stayed nice and firm. I've done this before with candy cane sticks as well, turning candy canes into reindeer, which is quite a nice fun thing to do to hang on the Christmas tree as well. So that's always something else you can try. If you don't want to make baubles, you can turn your candy canes into reindeers as well. And I do apologise if my voice sounds a bit croaky. I just seem to be losing my voice at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on there. So yeah, this is the reindeer almost done. I think this one and the snowman are actually my favourite. No, yeah, I can't choose a favourite really, but I did like the reindeer and the snowman, but I like the other ones that I did that are coming in a few minutes as well, which I will show you very shortly. So this one is a completely different style. I had some relief paint, which you're really supposed to use this to outline and then paint on the inside of the relief paint with glass paints. But I just decided that this nice thin tube would make it would be good for writing with. So I tested it first on a piece of paper just to make sure it worked, and it was thin enough and flowy enough that it would work how I wanted to, and then I just wrote Happy Christmas on it. It's a bit hard when you see it later to actually see it on the tree, but I quite like the effect. And then on to the next one. This one I was aiming for it to look like a robin. Now this one I didn't have any red acrylic paint, so I used the glass paint on the inside. Unfortunately when it dried it was very see-through, which kind of makes the paint on the outside harder to see. I think it would have looked a lot better if I did have some red acrylic paint, but you live and you learn. So now I know for next time that if I'm going to paint the insides I want them to be not see-through, and to find some red acrylic paint. But you can see me here adding the eyes and the beak, and then adding some wings on. Another thing, I'm kind of tempted to go back and maybe add the wings with an acrylic paint instead, but at the same time I'm then a bit worried that the acrylic paint might chip off over time when it's on the outside. So I'm going to leave it as it is for now, and I'll see how I feel maybe next year. Maybe I'll repaint this one, or maybe I'll just leave it as it is, who knows. But yeah, this was supposed to be a robin anyway, with its little red breast, and I think it's kind of cute anyway. You can kind of get the gist of it. This one's probably my least favourite of the 5 that I did. Yeah, I'm just adding some little feet. I'll tell you quickly about the one that didn't work. The one that didn't work was supposed to be a Christmas tree, and I added some green paint on the inside, and then I've got something that's called spray and sparkle. But unfortunately, the spray decided that it wasn't going to work, and it sprayed half of it and then ended up in just a mess, basically. So unfortunately that one didn't turn out like a Christmas tree at all, so I decided not to show it, just so that this video didn't end up being way too long. But anyway, on to the final bauble, and with this one I filled it with some fake snow, kind of weird plasticky stuff which gets everywhere, but it looks cool. And then I just used a Posca pen to go around, and I drew some little houses and trees and little snowflakes and a church, and I really loved the effect of this one. I think this is also one of my favourites. So basically all of them are my favourites except for the robin, and the one with the writing is alright, but yeah. So I really loved the effect of this one once it's finished. I did actually go back and add in some more snow afterwards so that it was a little bit more full. And because I found that as I went around the bauble, I'd gone a little bit wonky in my drawing. I thought I was drawing at the same height all the way around, but I wasn't. But that was easy to fix. And then I just added some houses in a different heights so that it looked like it was supposed to be like that. And I really like the effect of this one. Really simple with just the Posca pen. So yeah, these are my 5 designs. I will show you them on my tree in a second. I don't have a proper Christmas tree. I have a light Christmas tree from IKEA, and I apologise, don't look in my conservatory, it's a big mess at the moment because I had to clear out my shed. But yeah, these are the 5 finished baubles. I really hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope that you will like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video.